Welcome everyone to another video, and we're going to be looking over what I think is the meta-defining Pokemon in the Kingdom Cup, and that is our Pokemon Lucario. So Lucario, you want to run Counter and Power Up Punch, and then Shadow Ball as a second move. Shadow Ball gives it really nice coverage against most of the meta, especially if you want to hit neutral damage, but for the most part you're just going to be using Counter and Power Up Punch, even against, like, yeah, it's a very low energy cost move. It doesn't do a ton of damage, but does result in a 1-stage buff that's 100% guaranteed, and you keep getting buffed every time you power up. But every time you do Power Punch. But Lucario is very, very, very squishy, and we'll look over the stats in a little bit, and you'll see key matchups. Probopass, which obviously not out. Bastion, which is, it's like, the Bastion is a huge tank against most of the meta, but it runs scared when it sees Lucario, and obviously does very well against Lapras, especially ones with Ice Shard. Surf still hits it for a good amount of damage. Steelix does really well against Steelix, especially if it gets run just Dragon Tail or Iron Tail, it doesn't matter. You do have to be careful of Earthquake with Steelix. Crunch won't do that much damage, or Heavy Slam won't do much damage. So if you are running Steelix, obviously you should run the Earthquake variant. And it does really well against Celio, especially since Body Slam doesn't do a lot of damage. It resists Aurora Beam. If it has Water Pulse or Water Gun, it's going to do a little bit better damage against Lucario. Top counters are these, like, really strange ones. Include Ho-Oh, Moltres. Those two, I don't recommend that you bring them as part of your team. Charizard's a little bit more viable in this meta because there are Dragon types, and it does have access to Dragon Claw. And then as well, you know, Fire Spin, Blast Burn is a very good moveset as a fire type in the Kingdom Cup. Blaziken, also viable as well, especially as it says counter. A little bit less viable because its fire charge move is not that great. And then Torkoal, again, a little bit high energy cost, so it's a little bit tough to deal with. But I'll show you how badly it beats up on Bastion. You'll see here that in all scenarios, it won't even, like, get to more than one shield. Actually, well, get to it won't even be able to do the second Power Punch before it actually feints Bastion. But you can see the dramatic difference in its tankiness. So you'll see here that Lucario to the left has 150 attack, effective, obviously they assume certain IVs, 91 defense and 109 stamina, which is terrible compared to Bastion. But it does really well against a lot of the meta. So if we go, for example, Lapras, let's say you should be running a Water Gun variant Lapras, and then let's go no shields here, so it's going to be a little closer. You'll see that Surf does do 59 damage, so if you have like a bad IV combination Lucario and versus a good IV combination Lapras, then you might be in a little bit of trouble here. But does really well against Lapras. So if you shield once, if you trade shields, it becomes even more favorable matchup. And I recommend that you do trade shields, because then you're gonna have basically a 40% health left Lucario with a 2-stage powered up attack, which is pretty amazing. It's gonna do a ton of damage. Some Pokemon that I do think are really good checks to Lucario are Pokemon like, obviously Charizard is an obvious one, but Altaria, for example, surprisingly, even though its steel typing does resist Dragon Breath, you'll see that in all these scenarios it actually loses to Altaria, but does beat another fellow dragon, which is Dragonair. So if you see here, you'll see that Dragonair gets beaten up by Lucario. It's actually a little bit closer to match with no shields, because obviously Aqua Tail hits for neutral damage, and you know, Lucario is very, very, very squishy. Some Pokemon that you might encounter would be like Flygon, especially with Earthquake. It's going to make it a little bit more viable. You'll see it's actually a very even matchup. Obviously, if you shield Earthquake, then you're going to be at the advantage. Obviously, like, they could run Dragon Claws and try to bait shields, but it does favor Lucario as the match goes on, because its counters become stronger with each power punch. So Lucario is going to be a nightmare for all these ice Pokemon, all these steel Pokemon. Has, like, pretty good typing. As well, it like faints very quickly to another Lucario. So for example here, we go Lucario versus, no, not Fluffy, Lucario versus Lucario. You'll see that each of these counters do 17 damage, which is a crazy amount, like basically 1/8 of the damage required to, or a little bit more than 1/8, like 1/7 or whatever it is, required to feint Lucario. So if you do see that their Lucario has been really buffed up with power up punches, obviously you can come in with Lucario and feint them very quickly. Obviously then your Lucario will take a lot of damage as well, since they're taking buffed up counters, but it is a really great mod, really meta defining. So I'm going to turn over to the battle portion of the video, and hopefully you enjoy. Welcome everyone to the battle portion of the video. So we're going to be showing off the use of Lucario in the Kingdom Cup. Obviously we talked about how amazing Lucario is. It's very squishy actually. So this is not a good matchup for me at all. So yep, this is not favorable for me at all. So I am gonna just hit this power up punch, then duck out. Let's see here what he hits me with. Blast burn, hopefully. Yes, okay, alright, I'll take the damage. Obviously he's gonna switch to Bastion, then I'm kind of in trouble here. Nope, Lapras. I shard Lapras though. Alright, I'm okay with this. Do a lot of damage here. He's a Blast Burn Charizard, so I am gonna shield here. I'm gonna shield again here. I know he's probably gonna come up with his Blast Burn here. He might have a Lucario at the end though. If he has Lucario here, I'm done for. Yep, he has Lucario here. So not a great first demonstration, but decent. I should have predicted that he had Lucario then, but there was not much I could do there. I'm gonna go. Let's try. Whatever. Let's try the same lineup. See how it goes. So Lucario with Power Up Punch does make it really viable. I guess I could have went. The thing is, if I would have went, yeah, it wouldn't have been great for me either way. Because if I go, he does the switch, so there wasn't really too much I could do there. Lucario versus Lucario. My IVs on my Lucario are not that great, so let's see how this goes. Oh, he let me. It's alright, I'll take whatever damage I can get here. Bring up my Bastion here. Malametal. Not worried about too much damage it's going to do here. Rock Slide's going to do like almost no damage here. He's gonna be obviously gonna be able to chip away at me. It's interesting, no shield there. I'm not gonna shield here. I'm basically gonna be able to. Basically gonna be able to feint this with just fast moves here. I'm gonna switch here to. I'm gonna shield here. And then basically I'm gonna be able to trade shields and then feint it with just Dragon Breath. There you go. So we saw Lucario in the mirror match. I guess shielding, it's kind of a tough decision there, to be honest. What the winning play is. Let's go Lucario here. Bring it a little later. Doesn't look like. Let's see how it does here in this particular matchup. So I have Lapras, Altaria. Okay, well, not a great matchup for me. If I had ice, I would be a lot better off, a lot better shape, but I do not. I am not going to shield here. I'll hopefully debate the shield here. Let's see if he falls for it. He does. Okay, alright. Should be able to get off the Ice Beam here. Ooh, really good switch there. Still, like, did a decent amount of damage there. I'm not going to shield against this power-up punch here. I'm just going to load up on energy here. He might be able to get off one more power punch. No, he cannot. Okay, let's see what he comes out with. I have the energy advantage and the shield advantage here. So I think I pull out this feint here. I'm going to shield here. I'm just going to feint him with fast moves here. This is... that's fine. I'm going to shield here. Let's see what he has left. I should do Dragon Pulse there. Ooh, man. Did I just pull off 2 sky attacks? Well, I didn't get to use Lucario at all in that match, but... oh well. Hopefully this next match I'll be able to utilize it more. See what other ones I have here. Kind of weak to all fighting here. And let's try it. Hopefully I can utilize Lucario here at some point. Bastion's such a tank. I'll probably be covering Bastion in my next video, so definitely watch for that. Lucario is like kind of like Toxicroak, I guess, in this case, like very squishy. Okay, this is a good matchup for me. Obviously, it's going to be double super effective with its ground moves, but I should be able to do a lot of damage here. I'm curious on how much damage this will do. Ooh, a decent chunk for sure. Gosh, she did fire. It's okay. These are good switches though. Come on. Switch, switch. Oh my gosh, I couldn't switch. Oh man, that's frustrating. I should have did Shadow Ball, but oh well. Not gonna shield here. My Bastion's basically fainted here. Kind of. Let's see if he chooses shield here or not. He does not. Alright. I should be alright here. Because I have the Malmetal. He's Powder Snow, so obviously I expect a Body Slam here. Nope, Water Pulse. Alright, that did a decent amount for sure. Body Slam. Doesn't matter here. Oh, I should have Thunderbolt. Yes, what am I doing here? I'm not sure this is enough to KO. I should did water, but it's alright. This demonstration would be better if he had a Bastion on already, but that's okay. Let's do one more match utilizing Lucario. Obviously, Lone Marowak is a problem for sure. Shadow Ball is kind of like its exit point, so the Bone Club is a pretty weak move. Let's see what he goes with here. His, I guess the best situation based on the leads I've seen so far would be like if he pulled out his Lapras. That would be a good situation for me. Obviously, Surf still hurts. Altaria would be bad for me. Alone Marowak would be bad for me. So let's see here. Oh, Pillow Swine, this is okay. Let's see if he has ground moves though. No, he has Powder Snow. Okay, so he's gonna power up punch here. Then get the heck out of here. Flamethrower. Alright. Load up a little bit of energy here. And it's an interesting choice. Alright, let's see here. I'll see his Pillow Swine here. I'm gonna be able to do like a lot of neutral damage here. Or burn a shield. No way he just tries to just fade me here, does he? You know, I'm gonna burn his last shield here. Or let it faint. He chose that. That seems like too early. That's all right. Let Lucario do its business here. Power up punch. Lucario should be able to do. Oh man, that's so much damage. You see how these counters are. I'm just gonna finish it off with Lucario, since pretty fitting for this video. Obviously Lucario does a lot of damage. Does get walled by some Pokemon, so you have to worry about it. But counter with Power Punch discharges so beefs up the counter so much in future Power Punches, and then Shadow Ball is a good exit point if you go up against a low end Marowak. But if you guys like this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I'm going to be posting a lot of Kingdom Cup Spotlight videos, so if you guys like them, don't forget to like the video and subscribe if you aren't already. And I'll see everyone in the next video.